like a minute or two ago. We are live with some PMA LCS action. Um,
Welcome to the mess.
yeah, welcome.
Our mess.
Yeah, so
Okay, let's go.
yeah, I am taking a bit of a back seat this time, streaming for our wonderful casters, Sean Shannon and Icy Memes. I'm gonna let them take it away here now, and yeah, we got some TSL versus uh, S&D action.
So let's walk through this phase as we go. Let's say, like, right now we're seeing the first round bans come in. I really like the bans by S&D. I think you should never let Syracuse ever play Fiddlesticks because it's just asking to, like, right in front of my salad. It's not a good time. The Vex, I think, is something that Syracuse is also flexing mids. They're kind of banning him in two roles is weird to me. I'd rather you try to pigeonhole him into one of them. And then obviously a ban from Tobex Lol in the top lane. The Singed main is always a good thing to get off the table.
Yeah, I like the Lucian GP. Obviously, I think when you look at it, you kind of say, "Well, why wasn't Silver banned? Maybe instead of that Vex." But I think that they were anticipating uh, the Silver, so they just insta locked the Twitch. Something I wish they would have done instead is that there's no way that 80 carry is going to be gone within the next two picks on the other side. So you could probably have gone something that, like, the Ornn X, and then put the Kane at third, or the Twitch at third, so that you can, like, not get things that kind of counter our lockdown Twitch, which we do see, like Diana, the Sun and Moon, the Eclipse ladies, as it were, Sun and Moon
Did anyone
Pokemon.
else get just a little tingle down their spine when Daddy Bung choked up on the mic? Is that just me?
What?
Huh?
Moving on. Moving on. But so that's pretty good. And then obviously, looking at second round bans, I think the Ari ban is something that you probably should have dropped for, like, something like the Lulu, because like Lulu, Yumi, Seraphine, I guess there's three that you don't want to necessarily deal with for the Twitch with the hyper carry, and then you kind of could just see that it's a really short range comp coming out from S&D, so I really do like the Swain. The Shen into the Ornn is not bad at all. And then the Vel'Koz um, is like, it's like Vel'Koz in a vacuum, like, okay, all this short range stuff, and they want to dive. Okay, perfect. But then, like, the rest of your team is wanting to, like, kind of go. It's like so
Yeah,
weird
there's
to
nothing
me.
protecting your Vel'Koz for sure. Now, I mean, one thing that I really like about the bans that S&D threw out. So they seed Diana jungle. Well, we're pretty sure it's Diana jungle. It could be Diana mid, could be a Maya Diana mid, or Fred, you might play that mid. I'm not actually sure. I think if you played it, it would be jungle for sure. It's still a flex pick between them. I think it's more likely to go into Maya's hands just because I always see, like, I like Fred better when he's on either early game playmakers like Volibear or like Gragas or something like that that's got a lot of, like, gank pressure, or on, like, super disruptive picks like his Fiddlesticks. If I see a fighter like Olaf or Diana or Lily or something like that, I assume that that's going to be Maya piloting that. So they do what I would have done, which is they start targeting Fred's pool. They take out the Viger, they take out the Anivia, they leave him Swain, which is, kind of a really strong pick right now in competitive play. Maybe swap that Anivia ban out for a Swain ban, and I like that draft a whole lot better. But they accurately kind of predicted this flex pick, I think. So, well done.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see as we get into game here shortly.
If we're talking about one that won draft, I mean, I think far and away, if I was playing one of these comps, I would rather be the Salami lid. I think almost any of their lanes I would rather be. Like, yeah, I like the Shen into Ornn. I like Swain into Vel'Koz. I like Anivia. I like the bot lane. There's like no part of this map that I don't want to be the Salami lid side for. So.
Yeah, For sure. As we actually see, it's Diana top and Leona jungle, according to our
Smite Diana top.
crazy. Leave it to Maye.
Crazy.
Uh,
No, if someone did it, it would be Matt though.
yeah, exactly. As we will get these in order for you guys, and with now we're just kind of looking at it. Let's see just these rune choices. Um, I am gonna need supports in the PMA LCS to stop going aftershock when it's not absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
Glacial is just too dead gum good.
Yeah,
But
Glacial's really good. I mean, you
yeah,
could even in heavy poke matchups, you can argue for Guardian, um, on a Leona, but I think Aftershock, especially on a team with so many initiation tools already between Diana and Swain and Sivert and Shen Yi, you don't really need to be extra tanky, right? You're gonna have so many people going in that like you're not buying time for anything huge to come out.
yep.
That's kind of the Swain's job.
We got lethal tempo for Chad Penguin, TNT with the Arcane Comet. One thing I was hoping to see Neil do is actually go the Ignite Kane, which a lot of people have been seeing, especially like SOFM over in the LPL. But looks like everything's going to be pretty standard. As we just get these bot lanes and lanes kind of going, and as our junglers are finishing up their camps, as Maye is just a little bit behind Neil still in camp clear right now. Clamp clear.
Which I mean, I think that's kind of normal for Kane early game. I mean, Kane's first rotation of camps is probably the fastest of any jungler in the game, um, barring maybe like Olaf from 2-3 years ago. But
It's definitely it's definitely one of the fastest for sure.
yeah, I mean, he walks through walls to get to his camps faster. You can't get much faster than that. Heavy wave clear, heavy AOE, heavy single target damage. He's kind of got it all. Diana will quickly speed up to him as she gets more abilities and as she gets her recurve bow, but it'll take a little bit of time before she can really match his pace. As we see a little bit of trading going on in the top lane. Dead Pixel
Yeah.
going to take a chunk out of Panda, but he'll back off and be okay. Kane looking for a fight at Diana's blue buff.
Yeah, this is really interesting. All right, we got to get a little bit of trading right here. Neil Steele going to keep going in. TNT knocks up Syracuse. The E is going to miss from Syracuse. A little bit of damage right there, and they're just going to back up because there are more people here for the side of S&D.
Yeah. I good job by Neil Steele recognizing that he's in a bad spot. He got the ward down on the blue, but you can't really fight the Diana yet, right? You're going to need a little bit more time before that's a possibility. So he gives up the Scuttle Crab. Didn't have the push in mid, but he will see Diana for the rest of her time in top lane. So either Maye backs here or he's on a ward. He will walk through a ward going top side. Looks like it'll be looking for Dead Pixel. He should see this coming from a mile off.
I don't think he will because he wants to get this wave in. And so as he's walking here, Maya is going to go in, land the E and the Q, going to have one more proc. Oh, I guess it missed because there's no more reactivation right there, but it's fine. Yep. As they just walk away, trade a little bit of health. With that wave still in a really bad position, Maya could still be in that brush. So Dead Pixel needs to pay respects to that as Neil Steele is going to pick up the Scuttle Crab on the bottom side of the map and go mid lane here at 4:30. We got junglers and mid laners right there. As direct to camera takes me away and it hates everything about action, so that's really cool.
Shots.
And TNT gets a little bit of extra damage right there as looks like Kane is looking to go in on the Raptors right there. We'll take most of them. Smite only up for Maye, so no real need to try to contest that as Neil is again going to ward the Krugs and then walk on out with that Shadow Walk.
Neil doing an amazing job here of tracking the Diana early, and guess what? He has a huge tempo advantage too. Not only is he starting a second clear camps, he's already backed and picked up 2 longswords. Diana has not. So she will have to take it back at some point to be relevant in the next minute. Hopefully after these Krugs, but it's gonna be, yeah. I mean, Neil to Steel off to a huge lead as far as jungle tracking and just knowing where the opponent is.
Yeah,
So,
I think it is probably definitely a conscious decision to want to match the clear as opposed to doing the faster kind of cane clear, which is like that Raptors Krugs red into your bot side and then playing towards your enchanter lane, which is definitely an option that can happen. As top lane,
easily.
I'll say this: top lane in PMA LCS is about as interactive as the DM. Nothing really happens up there outside of a few players. Uh,
So it's time.
it's
Sorry. It is now time for my favorite part of the game, where I ask you, what is your
oh,
favorite cookie?
why is this part of the game?
The
When
viewers
did
are
this come?
waiting for a response,
Yeah,
Sean.
we'll come back to it because I don't know. This is a lot of pressure.
Okay. I'll give you time. I'll give you time. But yeah, it's
Okay, does
something
it
that
have to be like a standard cookie?
no, it can be any kind of cookie you want. It can specialty cookie, holiday
Okay, well,
cookie.
I basically just really like chocolate like a hot chocolate chip cookie a la mode.
Oh,
You
a la
know?
mode with a little ice cream?
Yeah, of course. That's
Saucy
what makes.
boy. Absolutely. No, I love that. Uh let's see in the chat what else we got going as cookie flavors. I need more cookie options, friends. This is all this has ever been. That's why I started casting, is get more recipes for cookies. You didn't know that before, but now you do. As we
Oh,
see
Chad
possibly a
Penguin.
little scrap going over first dragon here. Bot lane gonna
No, they just wanted to get the Scuttle Crab as Maye is sitting in the pixel brush, going to jump on the Neil of Steel, who is going to attack him a little bit, slow him down with the W. Swain W going to come in, so a bunch of dubs for the side of what is it? TSL?
yeah, the salami lid.
Okay, the salami lid. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, these names.
Honestly, every trade that happens that there isn't a true gold lead accrued, Neil wins because he's Kane and he's trying to get his red form. Also, Syracuse, if we could please get the
That's also
scoreboard
good.
redone, that would be great. As
Yep.
Kane goes in,
Okay, goes out, flashes. Syracuse gonna pop the demonic ascension as Neil the Steel goes in and kind of caster cursed him there. Every time he doesn't die, he just wants to get his form. But now Chad Penguin, it even got pixels here as there's a double knock up right there with TNT picking up one of those and Chad Penguin picking up one as well. God Pixel still chasing, but they're going to take this blast cone out, and it is now 2-2 with right now S&D kind of coming out on top just barely, even though First Blood does go over to the side of the salami lid.
yeah, it starts off looking really well. Neil knew that he was going to hit 6 off that Raptor, so he thought this is the fight I can take. They can't kill me, I'll be fine, but he doesn't. I guess maybe he forgets or doesn't notice that Shen has hit level 6 and Fling Panda knows his opportunity and takes the fight as luckily the Vel'Koz and Twitch managed to fire back and grab a couple kills. So it's not a terrible outcome. Mostly things just staying even here. As we see Maya coming in for a bot gank.
Yep, Solar Flare gonna go out, lands right on it. Doesn't have cleanse, he can't use flash. The ultimate goes down and actually lands on the pulse. Really fancy work right there, and a double kill picking up for Squints.
And that was the one person you really didn't want to see get those kills. Sivir is already a nightmare. This one has a cull that she started the game with, so she's already going to be a kill ahead by the time that thing pops. And now she's even stronger. There's no siege potential anymore for the side of S&D.
Yeah, and so they're gonna transfer their kill from bot lane into the first dragon of the game. Going to pick up this Cloud Drake as the Rift Herald did go over to the side of S&D, which I think is really good. If Neil can also turn this into the top side camps, that would be really helpful as well. But Fling Panda gonna go look and kind of ward off Neil right there. But Neil is I can't tell in this
Fling
skin.
Panda's gonna win this trade.
Nah, he's not going to win the trade. He's just going to burn Flash and then hate himself. But the W comes out right there as he picks up a lot of reps from that and probably is very, very close to form. Syracuse just taking a lot of poke, but does get the pull right there and goes in with the Demonic Ascension. To Bexwell, gonna get the Solar Flare just missing, but does burn out the Flash from TNT as they are peppering down this bottom lane of Squint's solo under the tower. Luckily, Sivir has the Kraken Slayer completed pre-11 minutes. So we'll be dishing out a lot of, as we see Syracuse land a couple other bindings right there. As Neil the Steel is in the waiting wings, gonna go in. Do we land the ultimate right here? Neil the Steel gonna go down this. Comes out right there. Fling Panda does get the taunt landed. Oh, and he's burning down, but they don't get him. God Pixels ult barely allows Syracuse to survive right there. And, are we intentionally? That had to be a misclick. I don't know what that's for.
I mean, possibly it was going to expire.
There's no way.
Yeah, because
there's no way. He just took it 2 minutes ago. Not even.
Yeah. So probably a misclick there, but we'll give it to him. He is now Rost on the map. It's pretty big problem for the side of the blue team. They really want to go in. Rost makes a really. I mean, he's kind of a disruption bruiser, right? He does a really good job of stopping people from going in and dealing a lot of damage, and also keeping things tied up. Sivir, if Kayn gets onto her, doesn't have a lot of answers to him. So I'd love to see how that develops later in the game and how they deal with this Darkin Assassin.
Yep. And as we do see, the gold lead is 1,000 in the way for the Salami lid right here. Looking down, if we could switch over to the gold here in just a second. 5,000 for this Sivir right here, with the closest one on the enemy side actually being counterpart in Twitches. We see Neil Steel are going to go in right there and have to make Maie burn their Flash right there. Nothing really to be, fought over except for, fighting, which is, what we do in PMA LCS. Fighting for fighting's sake.
If you're not fighting, you're not having fun. That's what Grammy always said.
We really need to. What was Grammy's favorite cookie?
Grammy's favorite cookie was everything but the kitchen sink.
Is that an actual cookie?
That's an actual cookie that my grandmother makes.
Okay, Flash is coming out. Spell Shield, Light Pulse barely missing the Glitter Lance. Would have probably slowed down and done enough, but 2 summoners for 2 summoners. 1 on each, and 2 from Squints right there. Gonna make it to where they can probably pick up a couple of these plates. Really hope we don't see that unfortunate Rift Herald come back. Oh, the plates have just dissipated right here at the 14-minute mark.
Unfortunate timing.
Yep. As Maie...
I will go on and in this lull tell you about the wonder of the everything but the kitchen sink cookie. It is chocolate chips, Rice Krispies, vanilla extract, the basic vanilla cookie.
Oh, recipe. You know what? I know exactly. Exactly what it is, because I think Ben and Jerry's has that flavor.
They might actually. They might have everything.
I think they do have that. Yeah.
But my grandma just made it because she was a mother of 11 children.
Come again?
A mother of 11 children on a farm. And you know what? You just made cookies with whatever you had. So sometimes it had Rice Krispies, sometimes it had Cocoa Krispies, sometimes it had, Cheerios in it because she worked at a cereal packing plant. So it's just whatever she had on hand, she threw into a cookie. It's always a good time.
So what you're telling me is that she never had the kitchen sink on hand.
The kitchen sink was the only thing that was always on hand, I would say.
So it was always on hand, but she didn't want to throw it in.
Exactly, because
Mm.
that's expensive. As we see
Okay.
Light Pulse getting a little bit of a trade here. Tobexlol stepping up as they fight for vision. Right now, red team not in control.
Yep.
We'll
So this is
see.
one of those moments where
Squints will
you're
start
like,
a
"Hey,
Drake.
is this Drake really worth dying over?" We're about to find out that that answer is yes. It looks like it is. The Drake has already gone in. Maya getting really, really low. Huge coming out as the Chenault does answer. The Ornhorn also was called down as the TP came down. Stand United was taken down, and wow, there we go. Neil the Steel going to try to take Syracuse down, and Chad Penguins go down. Syracuse gets the kill.
Yeah, but out of the salami lid, really good at going forward, not very good at kiting out. So I mean, well played by them for getting the dragon and getting that sack and going, but you just handed over a fork full of gold to the side of S&D. The Twitch just got a lot stronger. He should now be even gold with his counterpart. I mean, your Kane just got 2 kills, has finished his gourd drinker. Dude's going to be insanely difficult to deal with.
Yeah, the Kane very difficult to deal with. Orn TPing in and being a part of that fight since Fleeing Panda does have the Standing United to go on. As Tabexel is going in
And Nilda's still
right there, but
getting
nobody
caught.
really there to follow up. As Squints barely misses out on Neil the Steel. Chad the Penguin going a little bit too far forward, but the Lulu is there, and Chad the Penguin is on 1 digit. Oh my goodness! As Maye tried to go and did not have ult available, so it will just be Tabexlo for the health bars
The fact
of the
that
side
Chad
of S&D.
Penguin and Neil the Steel get to walk out of that alive, sacrilege.
You can
Absolute
thank
sacrilege.
your friendly neighborhood the shields for Chad Penguin.
Yeah, absolutely. Light Pulse. Honestly, can we talk about Light Pulse? This man has been, I don't want to say overperforming, but like he was a top laner before, right? And he made the switch to support. This man
He'd
has been
always been a kind of a flex with more of a top indication.
okay.
Definitely played like a lot of Thresh was something that they were known for.
Either
And then
way, Sean,
the
I don't know
Akali
how many
stuff.
games you've seen him play lately. The man is insane. He's, I think he was a 5th-round pick, and honestly, he's one of the better
There are
supports in
5
this.
rounds.
Yeah, 5th-round pick. Didn't I say 5?
Wait,
Did I?
but there are 5?
Am I dumb?
Oh,
Fourth round?
the GMs? Do GMs pick the teams?
No, I'm sorry. Fourth round pick. Fourth round pick. I'm
Okay, I
sorry.
was like, what happened?
Don't worry about it. I'm just dumb. So he's a 4th-round pick. He was one of the last people picked in the league, and yet he's become one of the most valuable players. Like seriously, you have no idea the stress and the agony that my team went through trying to figure out how to deal with him. We ended up now. Right now, he's on a Lulu, which is not what I've seen him perform on before. But his tanks, his Rel, his Nautilus, his Leona, all really,
let's
really well. They
let's
create
just
space.
let's not be too um, hyperbolic here. I'm a
I'm
part of
not.
these about being the I'm a part of these conversations, and we weren't freaking out about how to deal with the light pulse. We thought that he can play in Main Morgana and stuff like that. But yeah, no. I mean, I will say, Light Pulse probably performing above expectations of other people, but he's just a talented player, and I think Sarah Cruz was talking about this in the pre-game show. More so before anyone was actually here, is that it's more about the players in the game rather than how you're playing the game, if that makes sense. Like Maye will always do X, Dylan would always do a certain way, Ali in the scene always does XYZ kind of stuff, right? So
Yeah.
Light Pulse has, I think, always actually, no matter what role, been someone who kind of performs XYZ above whatever kind of expectations were presented to them. As TNT and Syracuse have just been kind of like at each ad this whole time, and now we burn the ult and the flash for it. So I guess the pink ward was worth it. As here comes the Shen ult, and The Call of the Forge God going to go in there as Neil the Steel going to try to go in. He flashes. Nope, he goes down as now Twitch is the only person. Remember, everybody, this started over a pink one. And with 10 seconds to go, that's going to Drake and less, but the pings are onto the Baron.
Fight. Fight. We like to fight. 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 Oh, they're going to do both. That's cute.
I don't know if they can. So they're just going to get the and then take down lane tower. They would have to, I think that if they wanted Baron, they would have had to have sent everybody.
Yeah, I think they looked at the death timers and said, you know what? I don't think 8 seconds on a Vel'Koz is fast enough to get this before he pops over the wall and ults us. So, I mean, a nice conservative play.
Yeah. For sure.
I mean, you still have vision. You still have control over the area. You still have vision. You've stacked your drakes. Like, what's not to like?
What's not to like? Fighting over that damn pink ward. That's what's not to like. It's one of the things is that if we were able to talk to the players about like, hey, why'd you do this? Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have done it. That's one of those things.
Yeah.
But yet, we still do it.
So farming Krugs with no mana, depriving his jungler of precious, precious gold.
No, it's fine. They respawn, you get a higher level. There's a, you get the respawn on it. Krugs give the most experience as well. So if Maye ever touches that camp again, which I don't believe Maye really touches that outside of the first E3 clears, then he'll be happy for it. So Cat's going to go in. Okay, maybe this rift works.
Yeah, maybe
this as Neil the Steel looking to go right there. Shen ulting right down on top. Call the Forge. Got to go in. Pain going to ult in right there. Get a double knockup. Maye going to get really, really low. Lulu ultimate comes down. They take down Squints and Maye. Squints off to the screen by Chad Penguin right there, as that is a massive Ornn right there. But Chad Penguin gets popped by Sarah Cruz and Leona right there as Fling Panda is going to go in. Neil the Steel's Hex Drinker does pop right there. Light Pulse right there with the flash. Oh my goodness, but the Leandre's burn is too much. As Sarah Cruz is essentially trying to 1v9 when his team takes one step too far.
Okay, despite how absolutely Giga Chad that Swain was right there, that was still a lost fight for the Salami Lid. It was a 3-for-2, and I think they gave over a shutdown on Sivir, possibly? I don't remember. But, overall, a well-fought team fight by the side of the S&D, where there wasn't one, was there?
I think it's hard to tell in a spectator.
Sadness. Anyways, but yeah, that's just Neil the Steel being in the right place at the right time, finding the Diana on her own, getting a huge chunk and managing to solo kill her in the middle of 5 people.
Is that Blood Moon Kane, by the way?
That
it's like a Blood Moon chroma?
I don't think so. I think it's just a chroma of his
it can't be original. It's definitely not original.
Is it Darkstar Kane? No, it's not Dark. Oh, it is.
I just saw the recall animation. Okay, cool. Yeah,
okay.
We can zoom out a little bit more. That's fine.
I don't think I've seen that skin before. Oh, stream can't hear you?
Stream can totally hear me. So at this point now, we're dead even in gold. 3 Drakes to none. 2 towers to 3. Both teams actually do Baron quite fast. So it's really just going to come down to this Drake fight, in my opinion, in the next minute. Here's my favorite part of the game, where we ask you a question.
I'm listening.
What is your favorite cookie?
It changes on the daily, to be honest with you. Currently, just because I've started school back again, so like I basically eat this for every meal, and I love it. Peanut butter cookies are my favorite cookie right now.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah. I especially like it. Like, it doesn't really improve the flavor, but having that like little fork indent in the top where you crisscross it
Oh
with
no,
flour,
yeah, you have to have that.
yeah, you have to have that. It makes the cookie taste better. Like,
It does.
it's just better. As we see, Syracuse.
Syracuse gonna pull in TNT and pop the demonic ascension as TNT now popping over as the ghost right there as Maye goes in right there on to Chad Penguin who has to flash damage as he can. TNT over the wall right there. Neil Steele does take down Maye, and now it is a 3 versus 4 with God Pixel wondering what the hell happened here as Neil Steele is trying to run away. God Pixel going to die, putting the dead in Dead Pixel right there as Neil Steele is going to go in right there. He does proc his Conqueror, now gets the flash out of Squints as Fling Panda over the wall tried to hit him with the taunt right there. Oh my goodness. Gets a 3-man taunt, gets the maw popped right there, but does take down the Shen. So we still have a 3 versus 2 as Fling Panda seemingly not realizing that this guy, if you just walk at a straight line, can and will just hit you in the face.
Yeah, I mean, so right there, Kane definitely asserted his dominance. Not sure if it was worth it. That time he definitely did have a shutdown to trade for that Leona. And didn't really win anything off it, right? Like,
I don't know if he if he had the ult coming back up soon, which is probably the reason why he wanted to go back in. All right, as my colorcaster does not get to talk about anything because the demonic ascension, but a perfectly timed there by Syracuse. Ult for ult, essentially right here. Chad Penguin is going to try to get the rat-a-tat-tat. Got, dead right there, Syracuse. But the Mountain Soul does go over to the side of Maye. And that salami lid is now even crack with this Mountain Soul on top of it.
Here's where I earned my paycheck. Here's my decision on how this game ends. So I think currently, up to just what we've seen on this game, the game is basically whether TNT and Chad Penguin can position well enough to avoid the engage and do damage. So far, the angles that Syracuse and Maye have found, as well as Tobex Law, because he has some really good ults, the angles that they have found have caught the side of S&D's carries every time without letting them do what their champions want to do. So I think right now, unless they can find some really nice positions, I think that this game is the side of the salami lid, unless something changes drastically for the positioning.
Yeah, so you used logic, and I'm going to tell you that PMALCS stands for fuck man all the stuff. As we get a horn right there, as it's just going to reset the bend. Syracuse going to go in. TNT, wrong place, wrong time. Huge moonfall right there. Mayfly. And this is kind of what we were talking about before, where the Vel'Koz, like, you want to get off the poke damage, but you feel kind of bad as Tebexel doing everything that we always do and hoping that the E actually takes you, as the camera's kind of panning like a weird movie right now. It's pretty cool as Neil the Steel does go in, lands one knockup. Bexel is going to go down. Chad Penguin right there. Maye was the only one on the Baron as the knockup does come down. Maye going to try to go down, but Chad Penguin gets a shutdown again as now we're going in one by one. This is a PMALCS I to see. A triple kill for Chad Penguin as he almost dies to some of the ricochets from Squints.
Shimmer is using cinematic view on, and it's not good. But yeah, no. I mean, the Tobex Law E over the wall. It's what we all want. It's like just this one time, the game will let
that literally. If you can make Leona's E jump to monsters, like she could be a jungler. I'm telling you, that's the only change you need to do, and then have her like.
Cool.
Her
Ah,
W.
the Wukong update, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, just like her E can go to like monsters and like camps, right? And then you
Yeah.
make her W do more damage to like jungle camps.
Yeah, and then everyone cries. Yeah, exactly.
No one's crying,
Everyone's crying in that
bro.
universe.
Leona needs to be a jungle.
I hard disagree.
She needs to be a
She's
jungler.
she does what she needs to do just fine. I don't think-
Exactly. And
Yeah.
see, so you make her a jungler, all right?
Okay.
They made Mordekaiser a jungler for whatever reason. They can make Leona a jungler. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you make a fair point, but I like Mordecai as a jungler, and I think I wouldn't like Leona jungle because it would feel like Sejuani, but not as good, or maybe better.
Nah, it'd be different. It's just totally different. Anyways, so that fight happened, and we were a little bit disjunct, and then we did the classic PMA LCS conga line, where we all just keep on going, thinking that we will somehow be the magical person to take down the person who needs to be taken down without any conversations with our as Light Pulse
Oh no,
dead.
just evaporated. As
Neil the Steel gets a 4-man knockup in there with the Ornhorn going in there as TNT is going to try to do as much damage as he possibly can. Neil the Steel flashes, does actually take down Squints, and it's just Tabexlo and Fling Panda who do no damage whatsoever. Double kill going over for Neil the Steel as Maye finally joins the fray, and Chad Penguin does go down. TNT trying to dish out as much damage as he possibly can. And Swain's demonic ascension is still going on. You have to get out of it. If you don't, he's just going to keep on flapping his little ghosty bird wings right there as they're going to turn on to this Baron right here. Not entirely sure if I think it's the wisest thing, but looks like TNT is not going
I'm going
to
unmute myself
interfere.
for stream here for my hottest take. The Bilgewater Swain skin is a disappointment because when he presses R, he doesn't turn into a pirate ship launching cannons at people.
Well, because he has to turn into some sort of bird. That's
Yeah.
not a bird.
Gotta be
I don't know if
fair.
you've ever seen One Piece, but like ships can look like birds.
No,
I've never seen One Piece, so
you're
no.
wrong.
Ships can look
I
like
actually
birds.
did. I actually did.
Trimmer, go back in
Just-
hole.
I actually did though. Just finish
to
rewatching
hole.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood once again.
Okay,
Uh,
between the games, as we do transitions, we're gonna have to do the Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah,
Oh no.
Full Metal Alchemist. Well, so that's Baron over
I'm in
there.
hell.
Oh, well,
I'm
that's
in
because you're in
wee-
Texas.
I'm
Look.
in weeb hell.
Look, Full Metal Alchemist fans only really had 2 jokes.
I'm a
then
fan
they
of the
combined them
show,
into the
and
same
it's
one.
still not funny.
As looks
What
like
is
we're
that?
gonna get
Oh.
this big old fight right here as TNT by themselves gonna get taken out by the assassin Maye right here. As was looking to try to just make anything happen. Gonna go inside of Panda consensually as they now get out, and Light Pulse trying to keep Chad Penguin alive, and bada bing, bada boom. That's gonna be your game right there, unless Neil still can. No, you can't. Okay, so hopefully, you know what? They're not going to. Like you talked about death timers before. This is one of those ones where you could be like, let's go mid lane, and it would be great. But
They couldn't
instead,
win the game though, right?
I think they could. They
only
still have
They have
squints.
5 seconds on Vel'Koz.
Now,
They would be killing the inhibitor right now.
yeah, I also don't like because like what they could have done if you actually think that you don't win, right? Like you don't win off that, then what you do is you go mid lane and then you take the secondary tower and then you go back and you pick up the Elder Dragon because then that would mean that Fling Panda and Tabexlo both have the Elder Dragon. Because unlike all the other buffs,
that read. I do like that read on the
I just don't. I'm not a big fan of when you can save one of these uber mega buffs for like some of your teammates. that you should wait to use it. Regardless, though, looks like the game's probably going to end here because I think squints off of just the ricochets can probably make Light Pulse pop.
Yeah, that's a 4-item, like almost full build Sivir right now.
Neil the Steel going to go in right there. The
she
double
makes it
ultimates right there as going in TNT. Oh, huge ult from Maya. And as Maya eventually does fall down, Squints and Fling Panda going and diving the turret lasers. Oh, thank God Squints didn't die, or else this game would have probably just taken a little bit longer to go. But that's going to be game number 1 going over to the side of the Salami lid, which I think is really, really important for their playoff standings, if I'm not mistaken, or even more so for S&D.
Yeah, this series was super impactful for both teams. S&D currently fighting for the top spot with my team, Bung's Burgers, and then, of course, the current top-seeded team, Dweem Team. And the Salami Lid is only, I think, 2 games behind us, so really close. It's a tight pack at the top. Also, Fred, so as you said those words, Sean cut me off because we were in a team fight, but that joke, I hate you. How dare you? I didn't want to remember.
Edward.
Oh wait, this is not the right one. You went Moonstone Swain? Why are you Moonstone Swain, Fred?
Moonstone Swain is totally fine.
Don't
Moonstone
you
Swain
ever
is
say
fine.
that. No.
Moonstone Swain is fine. Imperial Mandate Swain is fine.
Yeah,
Leandru
I had a
Swain
Master
is fine.
Yi in that game, and what was it, a Samir, and I was like, all right, I'll just keep him alive.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. Does your ult proc it?
Yeah. All right, here we go. Look,
Okay,
post game
that's crazy.
stats.
Well, I think that if I had to make it, like, you know how in LEC they do like a top 3 or whatever for like theirs, mine would be, for people to choose from, would either be Squints, Maya, or Syracuse. That's it. We had a real back and forth kind of game that I felt like S&D could have taken if they would have just, kind of played a little bit safer around some of the objectives.
Small pivot. So Squints and Syracuse, I agree with. I think I kind of throw Fleeing Panda in there over Maya just because the Shen ults in the early game were so impactful at keeping the game even and like kind of disrupting Neil the Steel's game plan that I kind of give it to Fleeing Panda there.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a quick little.
If you guys want it, or we could just hop straight into game 2. Y'all's call.
We're going straight into game 2.
All
Cut
right, got the draft. Ready up.
Cut the stream, did it.
All right, here you go. Draft for game 2. Oh, wait, it's on stream, not for you guys. My bad.
Stream the game. Stream the game.
Okay, Landon.
There we
What?
go.
What do you want from me? Oh.
Okay, so now S&D was like, "Hey, we'll take the Sivir." TSL.
Oh. This is a delightful draft. Oh, there are layers to this thing. Okay. So we start off.
What?
Yeah, we start off same bands, same bands. S&D will first pick the Sivir. And then TSL goes, you know what you have with the Sivir? You know what's really good? Seraphine mid for our Fred and a Mumu as a flex pick for our jungle or support.
But
However,
you're wrong, though.
It was never a Seraphine mid. It was always a Seraphine bot. Renata Olaf gets locked in. They say, we take your CC, and we say, nah, not good enough. Dr. Mundo comes in to say, okay, cool, chill. Second phase man comes in. For some reason, Diana, I can understand the Diana, but Olaf kind of wrecks Diana, so I don't, it's a hard counter pick. Olaf loves that matchup. And then you have Hecarim ban, which, okay, sure. And then we see the revival, the respawning of Maye's Kassadin mid, which has been picked into a Sylas who, if Sylas steals Kassadin, he only gets one charge of it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So, I mean, the Sylas still has, like, a Mumu ult and Seraphine ult, but his lane opponent, this Kassadin, not a good ult target. Same for the Belveth. Same for the Mundo. Well, Mundo's actually pretty solid. So, you've kind of got an S&D comp that is solely built around Sivir damage, and TSL's comp, which is just a smorgasbord of wombo combo. The Salami Lid did a very smart draft here. They gave themselves lots of flexible points, and they flexed it the right way, I think.
I think it's good. I just don't like the idea of Belveth Kassadin. This 2v2 mid jungle sucks. And
It's not great.
and yeah, and then like you were talking about why the Diana ban Olaf runs. Olaf runs pretty much everyone, and now you're telling me that Silas, who can get prio in this lane against Kassadin if played correctly, right? This 2v2, they can just move together as a two-man unit pre-6 and just take any fights that they want. Like,
yeah,
that's the only thing I don't like. Otherwise, yeah, I kind of like it. I think S&D does have like a really good team fight comp, and I think they realize that this is exactly what we want. I think Sivir being the obvious thing there, as we'll just get into the game here. But yeah, I also like the Seraphine bot lane, Squints, and then the Amumu down there. So yeah, you can layer a lot of the CC, and you're trying to allow the Belveth to be the one to kind of carry here, and then buying time for Kassadin. The only thing is that
also say
you're really behind, you will, unless Squints can get like to that mythic item, you're going to be really, really low on clear if Squints isn't mid.
Yeah. Now, I don't want to undersell the S&D comp. This is a strong comp. You have Ornold, you have Renata ult, you have Silas that can take Seraphine and Amumu ults. You've got a pretty nice wombo. My only concern is that this Sivir has to get ahead. It is all on Chad Penguin to carry this team right now. So that's kind of the thing. Like, they can either focus. Oh, you know what? It would be really cool if Neelasteel and Jake just 4-man bot constantly, using their 2v2 pressure to say, like, hey, we're just going to take over the bot side of the map and, like, run you over.
Yeah. By the way, am I dumb or... Oh, okay. OG Greg Boy is back in.
Yes.
Okay.
He is back in for, I think Panda was filling in for him before.
Okay, I was like, hold on.
Yeah. Again, if I had to give an MVP for game one, personally, I say Panda. Just because, like, I thought the Shen was really impactful and it did exactly what it needed to do.
Yeah, I feel like that's the same reason why we don't give ADCs their thing, because they just kind of do what they need to do.
Yeah.
But not that anything that you said is incorrect. Just when I look at like what made the game for that team, I kind of felt like it was the other three that I had mentioned. But we're now in this game too. TNT right here, on the Silas. Also, Syracuse. Okay, so we do the solo red buff start. Really going to be interested to see where these junglers path to, as they are going to be on opposite sides of the map.
Yeah, Syracuse here going for a 5 camp clear at maximum instead of 6 camp. Part of this is because Belveth's clear is so fragile in the first clear, especially leashless. Like, she's not going to be healthy if she does 6 camps, right? Krugs does do a lot of damage.
I don't know if it's been changed since release, but I know she's always had a clear that can do 6 camps by 315 very healthily, but you have to take not the attack speed rune, which feels bad, and
Can stream hear you, by the way?
Yes, and we get,
Okay.
and they also nerfed her a couple of ways that I wasn't quite sure if that was still the case, because I'm pretty rusty on her.
Yep. I will
When
say
I
that,
tried
you
to
know.
play her, I did not have
See,
success.
here we go, and the smite comes down, Bruce. So he actually does get it.
Yeah. Neil the Steel is saying, like, you know what? Your jungle belongs to moi. I mean, Syracuse
Yeah.
still has the smite, so he doesn't lose any camps yet, but this Gromp will go over soon as the blue team just takes over the bottom side of the jungle right now, just
If
sitting
Tebexlo
on
tries,
Syracuse's face.
well,
Yeah.
that's not exactly what's going
Yeah.
on there. Nope.
You sure?
But,
Did you check?
oh my gosh.
So
So,
Dead Pixel slaps around Greg Boy in top lane. Mundo, not a good pick into Ornn. Not a fun time.
it's not the worst.
Not the worst, but it's far from the best.
I mean, it's like, yeah, it's just you're picking it for comp stuff. So, as Neil the Steel gonna go in, then land the knockup by Syracuse right there, and this is kind of like what I'm talking about. Like, if TNT wanted to at any point, you can just drop some of these waves, because it's the farm is not going to be really missed. Maye can't really shove this in too fast, but now we're looking at a slight camp lead for the side of Syracuse as they finish right there. As Maye gonna go down first blood as the ignite from TNT was used. Maye even burning the flash right there, and TNT saying, "All right, I'm dynamite this game."
Syracuse not technically at a farm at a camp lead right now. He is on a second rotation of camps, so he'll start picking them up quicker. But there are more camps on the side of Neil the Steel to currently clean up. So
Yeah, I do think though that the top side were all his first rotation camps. So these camps that he's picking up right now for Syracuse, he says a second rotation of camps. All
yes.
those were like the first blue and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
in terms of experience, you'll see a slight lead for Syracuse,
Most
but he has not backed quite yet. As we will see, both junglers, both Maye and as Tebexlo does land it right there. Flash coming out of Light Pulse as Syracuse goes away, and Tebexlo yeeting himself to the minions as to not having to burn Flash right there. Funny to note that both the junglers, Syracuse this game and Maye last game, staying out on the map on their first, like, without buying for a long time, and Neil kind of getting that earlier base to try to impact the map more with the goal that he's gotten.
Yeah, I mean, and also like Neil is really smart and he understands that like the sooner you go back and spend your items, the faster you clear your camps anyways. So like there's no real point in staying on the map for 7 and 8 minutes. If you're sitting on 900 gold, go get yourself a pickaxe. Go get yourself a
Don't you dare buy a pickaxe.
iron spike whip. When have I ever
as God Pixel mixes the Ornhorn right there, but the ghost has come out from OG Greg Boy as Neil the Steel is going to start stacking these Drakes right here as TNT tries to get in. Flash is burnt. Both Squints and TNT did steal the Amumu ultimate. And this is kind of what I'm talking about, is not only the bot wave right now is going to be in the favor for Chad Penguin and Light Pulse, but the mid lane priority will give you these early Drakes. Like that Drake was taken pre 7 minutes, where the last one was taken around the 10 or 11 mark.
Yeah.
So
question.
Okay.
Silas is down about like 30 CS right now. Like, should we be concerned? Because this Cassidy is getting a lot of farm very quickly, even though he died early.
Okay, so the gold that got from the kill, so that's TP versus Ignite. I don't think you need to be worried. Then you have almost the exact same difference of like CS in top lane. So unless we just need to reset the scoreboard or something, I don't know. Okay, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
it's
but
like
who cares about
25
top?
CS. Well, if that's your front line and he can't front line, then I'm going to start caring. Because you need these beef tanks to kind of do their job. And then what I'm expecting here is as we see Neil the Steel starting immediately on this Rift Herald, which is so critical that Syracuse can't get this because it is the first Void thing that you can take. And since there are no Void champions on the side of S&D, to where you can get that enhanced ult form and everything. It's that's really big. Also, want to see if Neil is still actually use the Rift Herald correctly this time because the first one could have actually given them a lot of gold that they could have used in the earlier parts of the game. But he's going to take that as Syracuse is down here. Oh, and he had to have been spotted by that. But I guess not, as the ultimate comes down and Light Pulse dies right there. Squints gets the kill.
Sadness.
As we just dropping Rift Heralds for nothing. What are we doing, Neil the Steel?
Eh.
Uh,
It's not preferable. He did manage to get gold out of it.
yeah, I mean, like, it's better.
No,
So, like,
it's better than the last one.
yeah, okay. Huh. But, so, that's going to be some gold going into the side right there as TNT going to take some damage, deal some damage onto Maie right there. And, we're still looking at about 100 gold difference. Press X for the gold because I want to see that mid lane difference we were talking about. Yeah, so he's down in farm, but he's up in gold as TNT do not win this. Yeah, unfortunate right there. You just can't fight right there. You probably need the hover of your jungler who was just sitting there in the bottom side. Syracuse picks up their second kill participation, first kill of the game, and now the gold is 100 in favor of the side of TSL. And my color caster has died. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I was supposed to be asleep about an hour ago, so you got me at my fumes.
Well, you can go to sleep. It's fine.
No, I want to finish. I started. But what was I going to say? I was going to make some kind of sassy remark. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, of course, you were going to make a sassy remark.
It's going to be something about rainbows and other things that my people are known for. Anyways, yeah, looks like just some light trading going on back and forth. Nothing super consequential happening right now. It's just nice back and forth. This is one of the few PMA LCS games that's been kind of like there's some wacky things happening, but it's kind of a slow game. There's not a whole lot going on. We're just jockeying for position. But I think in a slow game like this, it kind of favors the side of TSL's comp, right? Like the longer this Kassadin and Belvev get to go even, the better they get. So
yeah, so the Olaf is really good for ignoring all the CC. Obviously, Dead Pixel gonna pick up another plate. Dead Pixel last game also doing a really good job picking up some stuff. Sorry.
Witty banter, ha.
Where's the cookie commentary? Yo, tired caster pog, yeah.
We already did cookie. Okay, we can do cookie commentary again. If these teams were cookies, what kind of cookie would they be, Jonathan?
Oh man.
Let's start with S&D's comp. What kind of cookie are we looking at here?
Okay, so this.
Like,
This
is this a store bought cookie? Is this like fresh?
This is probably like a chocolate fudge like brownie kind of cookie, maybe with like the little peanut butter inside, like a Reese's or a Butterfinger ripoff, but kind of like that.
Okay,
As
so like familiar, like
okay, Chad Penguin getting
my
the damage
God.
right there as Squints is gonna almost take Light Pulse down as the turret bug is not present, but we do get the TP out of Maie right there as they transfer that dragon into a kill each. As Syracuse is now on the top side of the map taking the enemy junglers. So yeah.
sometimes I look at turret damage and I cry. That last shot did over 400 damage to Light Pulse. Rest in peace, my brother.
It was
Uh,
charged up, yeah.
yeah, but still, I'll never get used to it. Anywho's, yeah, no, I can agree with it. Like it's kind of like a familiar cookie, but
Yeah.
like with a little twist on it.
Familiar
I can,
cookie, really heavy hearty.
yeah,
You know, beef like kind of like something you take a chunk into and you're like, that's a cookie.
absolutely. I think for the side of the salami lid, I'm feeling like, you know what this is? This is like one of those, and this is not a read. This is like it's kind of a compliment. That means it can't be nice, by the way. I think this is kind of like a, you know, those like cookies that you get, like designer cookies. They just have a lot going on. Like I have
Mm.
like there's a
Like,
crumble
is it cake kind of stuff or?
kind of like I have a like there's a crumble cookie. I went to crumble
See,
cookie for the
okay.
first time. For the
It's so
first
funny
time,
that you said crumble cookie because I was going to call them crumble cookie, but
yeah.
just crumble cookie because if their comp doesn't sync well, they'll crumble.
Well, yeah,
So that's what I. Oh,
yeah,
Squints
yeah,
is
yeah.
left.
As Lipos just gets blown up. This might be Maya's time to shine, but no, he'll just get taken down,
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
run down by
Maya's time to
TNT, and
leave.
that'll be a double kill for Neil to steal. That's
Oof.
rough.
So
Okay, but
yeah.
going on with that, so like here's my reasoning behind crumble cookie. Like when done well, I think crumble cookies are like outstanding cookies. They bring like a fantasy and a flavor to them that you can't really get anywhere else. Like I got some that were like old fashioned donut cookies. My favorite donut is old fashioned cookie donuts, so it was like my up my alley. The problem
Can
is
we go to top lane real quick?
like some of those
Look
cookies,
at all those little voidling babies.
yeah. But like the problem with crumble cookies, like sometimes they're done really well and they're baked all the way through, but my crumble cookies were so doughy in the middle. So it's like it looks really good and the fantasy's all there. Like this is a really interesting comp. But it's all about execution. Will it come out of the oven fully baked or are we going to be a little bit soft
Okay,
and
so
easy to grab?
that's what he's asking. So what I think is that this is either a everything but the kitchen sink because there's a lot of things that they want to do. As Syracuse goes in for a trade on TNT and his little void puppies come out.
Void puppies.
Or this is like one of those store bought, like the pink cookies that we all love, right?
Are you
With the
the
little
ones with like
sprinkles.
the pink frosting on top of
Yeah,
like the really
this,
plain cookie? Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like the Halloween edition of those
Oh,
because there's so much purple on the side of this team. All I can think about is like Halloween, and then we have a mummy, right? But then the sprinkles are Seraphine.
I can agree with that. I'm so sorry. I hate those cookies.
Oh my gosh!
I'm not a frosting person. The
All
frosting
right,
is way too
sorry,
sweet. There's
sorry.
way too much of
I'll
it.
be replacing icy memes for the rest of the
There's
cast.
there's
All right, he is.
You can go to sleep. You can go to sleep,
Yeah,
Landon.
no, okay. Welcome back, Landon. You're unmuted.
okay, there's it's just too much frosting for me, that's all. If it was less frosting, I'd be down.
As Neil the Steel is going to go in and pops the ultis to Bexel, also ults. Huge. What is Renata's ult called? This is a horrible time to ask.
Isn't it Haymaker poison or Berserk poison?
What?
I think so.
There's no way it's called Haymaker poison.
I don't remember. Something like that.
What?
Or something concoction, maybe.
Can we hover over as Maya goes in there? The charm lands right there from TNT's stolen Seraphine ult. As OG Greg Boy is just slapping around Dead Pixel. TNT gonna go in, takedown, gets a double kill. Maya can't get it, gets a triple kill for TNT. Boom! That was a dynamite fight.
Yeah,
What is
absolutely.
something takeover? Hostile takeover. Isn't that
Is
it?
that what it's? No, isn't that? I thought that was the W.
Thank
Oh,
you!
there we are.
Hostile takeover.
So what is the?
What?
Oh, the
Someone
W is bailout system. Or
Yeah, it's just
bailout.
called bailout. What did you say? Something concoction?
I don't know, dude. I'm very tired. I
Yeah,
thought
see,
it was like
I'll tell you
mind
this.
control.
I bet you nobody before could tell you what the E was called, but loyalty system? Like, because I know the Q's the handshake, I know the bailout, hostile takeover. God, what a great name.
Yeah, pretty solid.
So
be
there's about a 1,300 gold lead right now as they are going to restart this Baron. Here comes Dead Pixel on the Ornn without the ultimate right here as Neil the Steel is going to try to jump in. Oh my, he puts him in there. He's going to go in, but he's going to die before he gets it off. And the dragon is taken by Red Team as Chat Penguin is... Why were you there?
Maya with the absolute giga brain play there.
Take over these nuts.
I hate it here. I want a divorce. I want a divorce.
I hate Hansu.
When are you signing the paperwork, Hansu? I want a divorce.
He got an annulment. It's fine.
I got a prenup. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. As this game has just I love PMA LCS.
It's like
where we all pay for the sins of our brothers' mistakes constantly.
Yeah, I don't think Julio will ever let me live down a team fight that we had last this week, where he stood there. He didn't kite. Like, we all ran forward into the team fight, and we literally just the seas parted, and I don't even remember what champion it was. Got back to him and just murdered him as we won the fight. Still won the fight, so he can't be too mad at me.
But it ruined his perfect game, yeah.
Oh, it ruined his perfect game, and he was very upset with me.
Yeah, because stats in this thing. Don't worry, guys. It's all about brotherhood.
And then game 2, I ran it down.
We love to hear it. Did we still go 2-0, though?
Yeah, we still went 2-0.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to me. Someone, I think their Scion took my blue buff. And
oh my god, Chat Penguin has a fright, and Maya gets a bite out of crime right there, and the pizza, because the pizza sliver. See?
Yeah, the captain is accelerated now, so good luck. Dude's gotten I think 4 kills without dying now. So he's on kind of a massive streak. 40 CS up, 4 kills up. I think if we could check gold real quick, I think
TNT gonna go in right there. Gets the curse of the sad money on top of him as the charm comes on. TNT just unkillable between the two of them. They don't do enough damage. Right there does get the ignite out from TNT, but takes down Squints 1v2.
Yeah, this game is all about the mid laners. TNT and Mai just making plays after plays after plays, and it'll be... Oh, bless you. It'll be...
that was a hiccup, sorry.
I know, I still said bless you, though.
I know.
Because Texas manners. Yeah. Or Southern manners, if you don't want to say Texas. Don't give the credit to Texas. You know what?
Actually, all 3 of us are from Texas, right?
That's a true statement you just said. I think only one of us likes it here, though, and that's me.
I like it in Texas. I don't mind Texas. There's just a lot of things I don't like about it, but that's for another stream.
That's fair.
K Kona, brother. As you know, right now it's about a 700 gold lead for the side of TSL. I still just want to see what in the... Are we building Essence Reaver on Sivir?
Kind of looks like it, right? Caulfield's Sheen? I think that's the only thing that builds out of those 2 items.
Yeah, what are we doing? Why don't we just go you need... I think maybe Essence is fine. I just think it's expensive. But
Yeah, I think I'd just rather have crit, right? Well, Essence
well,
Reaver is crit.
Essence Reaver has crit. It also has just this is probably the most expensive 3 build item that you can have. Maybe something like a Bloodthirster into IE would have been fine, or just like the Phantom Dancer, right? Like to try to do your attack speed as much as you can, as they are really trying to get this mid lane tower. But it's been nice by TSL that they have been able to hold it for as long as they can, because once that drops, then it makes it easier for the side of S&D to get this dragon control, which we did not talk about because we were talking about a multitude of other things. But the dragon, I did
Like
cast it, but
cookies.
yeah, did go over to the side of Syracuse, and so that means the dragon stacking is now delayed. So we have about 10 minutes to any possible soul,
Yeah,
which
and
it
look at
would
the
be the
vision
ocean soul.
setup. Look at the vision setup right now for the blue team. They are blind on everything, but I think they have one
Maya gonna
control lord
walk
in the top
away.
side.
Okay, we popped
All they got.
the Sivir ultimate right here, as the Ornhorn should be coming out right here, as it is gonna go out right there, gets everyone back. The Seraphine ultimate hits everybody except for one, and the hostile takeover goes down. Maya nearly takes out Sivir right there, but able to flash away right there is Chad Penguin. A triple kill comes down as the Seraphine gets the kill on the backside. As Dead Pixel does take down Tebexlo, as they're going to keep on chasing, and now burns the flash from Squints. So overall, a 4-for-2, and the Drake going over to S&D.
So here's my read on the play. You know what? We're not live. Streamer, can you back up to before that fight started when they're jockeying for position in the river? Is that possible?
Well, the only unfortunate thing is that since he didn't press the back
A little
button,
bit before.
we saw everything
It's
that's
fine.
coming up.
It's fine. But one
Max
more thing.
face.
Okay. Can you go back another 30 seconds now? There it is. So right here we have total control of river, right? So how do we get from here to fighting in a choke point versus Orn and Silas?
All
So,
right, you can pause it. We'll
I just
pause
wanna,
it at the moment.
I wanna watch and see where this is.
So we'll zoom out. We'll zoom out right here as we VOD review. Pause.
Yeah. So
OG Greg Boy cannot be touching wave. Seraphine is the only person who can, because they're the one that's A, wave clear, and B, can have their ult extended. Syracuse is fine where they are. Tebexel is fine as well. I would actually move Tebexel down to where Maya is, and Maya needs flanking position instead of just straight up where everyone is. Because the moment he goes away and retreats, then it's a split fight to where you're fighting in that choke point because Tebexlo is right there.
Right. Like, I mean, I would have liked to see before this. I mean, Greg Boy should just stay with Tobex Law and Syracuse, because if he is there, they can absolutely take a fight in this area, and Maya can flank around and murder whoever needs to murder. But they just have more room to dodge Renata ult and Orn ult and Silas's stolen Seraphine ult and whatever else is getting thrown at them. So
yeah,
that was just it's a positioning thing. Like
so like right here, look at this, right here. Like the fact that Tebexlo also doesn't just jump in right there because you need the people who have trigger fingers to pull it, and it can't be Maya.
It's something that I like to talk about whenever I do VOD review with my team. It's like position in river is so important for objectives. If I have control of river, I never want to give it up. I never want to let anyone walk into my river unless they are so strong that one of them can one-shot me.
Wouldn't it be so cool if you had a coach that says that?
Man, it'd be cool if I had a coach that said that.
Yep, true. XD.
XD indeed. Anyways. Yep. So, on to the rest of the game. Sean. Why is there's a TP being chanted on these backs?
Yeah, Maya just wanted to get some of his Dark Seal back, but it's okay. He's just gonna. It's a tempo TP. Not really. Don't ever say that.
Honestly,
please.
if that TP had come out a second earlier, I like the way it looks. because that Orin gets trapped in there. He's at the very least got to flash away from you.
Yeah. Oh man, and this is great.
And-
Wait, no. Dude, tell me they're doing Baron while Maie is running everyone right. Doing Baron! Oh, this is such a great
Yeah,
call.
you're very. Yes, Fred, you're very wrinkly. We've heard.
So that's good, and this is actually really, really huge because even though they're going to drop mid tower right here, and could actually drop 2 if they really, really wanted to.
It's the most
Since you
important
see
power in the game.
what?
I drive by nagged you. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I was just being a butt.
Yep, cool. So they get those 2, and it evens up the gold. And now, Tebexel are gonna be going in. It does get the ult out of Neil the Steel. So that's about it.
Not, I respect the look from Toby. He was just testing the reflexes.
So TNT has the this tower right here is 4 gone. It must go
is about to go
away.
Down.
Yeah, don't. Okay, you better walk away. Maie gets the kill right there as OG Greg Boy is just tanking up this tower.
Just like of the.
As Sivir is going to use all the Void Puppies right there. As
nice.
Is Maie going to one-shot? Yep, as Dead Pixel has gone back and forth 5 different times and doesn't know what to do because this game is about to be over with the side of TSL kind of just sneaking it away with all the Void Puppies.
The homies.
Their
right
cookie
here.
is fully cooked and cooling on the tray. A 2-0.
Imagine
for
that
the
one of your
salami
cookie
lid.
Toby. Gross.
Why would you ever want uncooked cookie in the middle of your cookie? I don't
Why do you
understand.
not like cookie dough?
Cookie dough is fine. Uncooked cookie inside of a cooked cookie? Not okay.
Here are your stats.
If I'm eating cookie dough, it should be cookie dough.
Discuss.
If it was intended to be a cookie, it should be cooked. Sorry.
You like Texas. I don't know if I could trust your opinions.
Actually was a tempo
Swear,
TP.
Fred.
Eat my butt. Okay.
A tempo. Yeah. Well, you know what? It was a tempo TP.
Look
You're
at that
correct.
drop. Look at that drop. We were
Yeah.
within 1,000 gold the entire game. And
Yeah,
then we
and-
hit like 27 minutes and then we just fall off a cliff into the
and the-
void.
Yeah, you took Baron and then you took every tower down mid, including the Nexus, and it was over. But yeah.
Yep.
No, I mean, well played. For this one, I mean, you got to give that up to Maie, right? That Cassidy was disgusting.
I was going to, but he says eat my butt about the tempo TP and he said Landon is wrong. So
About what? About cookies?
Apparently.
Ban this man.
Okay.
Ban this man immediately.
So I don't know who I would choose. Actually, I probably still would choose like Maie, Tebexel, and Squints would be the ones that I was really looking at before because I really felt like the game was more so dictated by S&D.
Yeah.
And then that there was like 2 moments of like, oh, TSL's back in this, and one of those happened to be Baron into the ending push. So
Yeah, keep in mind,
Yeah.
like, this game was incredibly close. Like, the last 5 minutes of the game were the only time where there was a clear, like, this team is in the lead right now. At every other point in the game, it was a contested, like, both teams have a very good chance at this game. So, I mean, I think both teams can walk away in the series knowing that they played a really, really fun series to watch at the very least.
Yep, for sure.
Are we doing player? Are we? There's. Do we have players in the game?
I think Maie should really work on those CS numbers.
What happened? He's got the perfect 200. It's round. It's even. It equals 5. It looks nice.
200 equals 5.
It's
Texas education coming in clutch.
Swear to God, it's a factor of 5. It's a factor of 5.
I don't
it's
know what that
even,
word means. I was
The
educated
numbers
in
are
Texas.
round. I like them.
Okay.
And that's how I
We
choose
like-
numbers in
We
my
like round
country
numbers,
school.
everybody.
Just
All right.
round
Well,
numbers.
thanks, Sean and not Landon, Icy Memes, for casting this game for us. Yeah. With this game and I think the Dweem Team game, that kind of locks our 6 teams for playoffs. All that's left is some bumping and pushing for those
Cheating.
seeding spots. And
Yes, cheating.
From Uwu Klug at Landon, I bet you are someone who likes their eggs burnt.
Like my
now, both
I-
these teams have some
Burn?
interestingly
Eggs?
pivotal games coming up in the next week. Submissive and Draftable can still slot themselves in that top 4 spot if they're able to take a game or 2
Klug,
off of Dweem Team.
I'm coming for you.
And
Don't you
then,
ever go after my eggs.
TSL, if they 2-0 Bilgewater Surprise, they are guaranteed to place higher than Submissive and Draftable and actually put themselves in a spot in case Bung's Burgers drops one against PMA's Most Wanted or Fire of Our Tongues drops one against Jimbo's Himbos. Then it gets to some interesting tiebreaker scenarios for those 3 and 4 seeds.
Interesting.
Yeah. Who is that?
Probably Klug.
That's
You don't have to come
Klug.
for me. I'll come to you.
I'll come.
All right.
Oh,
over
gotta
you.
go.
On
I
that
will
note,
come
thank you guys
all
again for
over
casting.
you,
Thank you for
Cole.
showing up. Have a good night.